Welcome, guys. We're just about to get started here. Sit back, relax, and get ready for some epic fun. Welcome, everybody. It is the Major Series. Yes, I'm saying that right. The Majors Series here at the Literal Mountain. We're getting there. And is that a new car I see? Craig, it's a new car. They did it.
They finally did it. A brand new car and also a brand new series. 3 races tonight on Raidillon TV for the Major Series. As the race goes on, we will inform you of what happened. Top 5 drivers will get their charities in a race for the next series. We have the list of them. We will let you know. Coming around the corner, Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Mark Stevenson will lead them off in a predetermined grid. Behind him, Stephen Williams and Gavin Barber. And it's a great get off there for Mark Stevenson. Williams will take it into the first corner. And it's all pretty clean at the moment. GT3s, as you see, around Bathurst as they make hell. Just near the back, there's a little in the middle, there's a little bit of 2x2. And that looks like that is Stephen Paulson with Matt Andrews going down the straight up to the hill. Going to be interesting to see what happens in the Master Straight into Quarry. And up ahead, there's a 2 wide as well going there. And that looks like that is Brian Halleck making a move on Robert Deloach there through Quarry Bend. So an early start there for the 2 guys in the Forged Racing.
Yeah, so if you ever wanted to know... Oh, crikey, that is Stephen Williams going into the wall there, coming out of the 3rd corner. Yeah, he hit that pretty hard, actually. But if you're wondering how it feels like to be in our lives for a day, hello. Raidillon TV here, covering the 3 races. Not 1, not 2, but 3 races that are going on in the Major Series tonight. Bathurst will host the GT3s with the new big boy. It is a big boy. It's called the Lamborghini Huracan. See.
Oh, Phil Otto. We've had Phil Otto toast. Sorry to interrupt. He was saying that. Phil Otto, P5, has had a moment there. What has happened here? Oh, he was going up Forest. Not Forest, sorry. I beg your pardon. Going up the cutting,
crikey.
Lost the car at the cutting and just got sideswiped into the wall by Matt Andrews. And Matt Andrews has a bit of damage as well, but still doing fine at the moment. I think that's P6 for him now. P7, sorry.
He's got a lot of damage.
Had a lot of damage, like you're saying. Just quickly to go over what's happening. Top 15 drivers in the playoffs will be locked into the top split. The first 4 races next year. The top 3 drivers in the Sportsman, which is this series, will get their charity on one of the races this year. So Mark Stevenson at the moment is leading the charge, and you're probably wondering to yourself, well, what is Mark Stevenson's charity? Mark Stevenson racing for the Canadian Civil Liberties Association. I've had the honour of racing beside Mark Stevenson before, and a good driver here. Already got a 1.5 second lead over Gavin Barber, doing pretty well, and hopefully he will be able to lead the charge with and get that charity in his name.
Mark Stevenson started first. He's currently still first. Doing well for himself. And coming up through the hill. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is the limit for the boys, because if they did any more, I'd say they'd have a heart attack, because, I mean, they did LMP1s up here, and that was scary enough as it is. But to have GT3s at
like
full pace, no, I don't like that.
It was fantastic, I will tell you that from my own experience. you really are on the limits, and so is everybody else at the moment. It's a tough track. One mistake, we already saw that there with Otto. One mistake, and you are, you're dead in the water, really, when you look at it. So we've got a few bubbles forming at the start of the field. Let's just go down to in the middle of the field. So about 7th, 8th, and 9th at the moment, separated by the second. That's Stephen Paulson, Matt Gelder, and Gerard Gilbert. 3 of them just coming down the hill. I think they're coming down into Forest. They are. They're at Forest Elbow. And there's a little bit of a lock up there from Paulson, but he's not affected too much. It's going to be really interesting to see coming down the Conrad Straight what this Lamborghini, yes, that Lamborghini has compared to the others. Very interesting change of the course with the end of the BMW Z4. No BMWs in this race, and the Lamborghini practically taking its place. Big changes happening. But Gelder with a great catch up there to get into the chase. Won't make a move, but he gets run on his tail. He gets a bit of dirty air. You can tell that dirty air has affected him there. Not expecting Paulson just to be a bit too close there, but keep battling. And now these 3, they were separated by a second as they were coming down the hill into the Dipper. After the chase, they're about a second and a half between the 3 of them.
Yeah, I'd point out as well, this Lamborghini is yet to be tested in the real sort of officials. It's still week 13 technically as we're broadcasting this, so we're having to see, well, some liveries haven't even been made yet for this car, as I think we're seeing Steven Paulson running a not so done up livery. I think he's from the Northwest anyway. That is as clear as day, but I'm hoping to see some nice liveries on that car. It kind of looks all right with the stock liveries if you put just the right colors on.
Colin, Mitch and Matt. Stephen Paulson, by the way, racing for the Special Olympics of Oregon. So, as you said, from the Midwest as well. The lead Lambo, really at the moment, but the top 5 are all Ferraris, and they've all pulled away in this 25-minute race. Then you've got a Mercedes. It feels weird saying Mercedes. We haven't seen that for a while. From Matt Andrews. And then comes the Lambo. So, it's a Ferrari-heavy field at the moment, and you can really see it, as you can see as well on the live timings. Ferrari.
Yeah.
Just before, there's a spinner. There's a spinner.
Mark Day, he's parked on the super cheap auto. That is the climb down in the Dipper. He's actually lost the back end. So let's have a look.
He's lost it in Skyline. He's lost on the exit of Skyline.
Oh, he's even gone before that.
Yeah, well, he has hit the wall to avoid people. He has got himself some wing damage now. Trying to make sure he doesn't hit anybody that's going to be close as Maurice Golmington gets by with no issues. He's going to be near the back of the field now, his day. A bit of a shame then that with that wing damage, that is going to affect him down Conrad. The
poor camera just sitting up, looking up towards Skyline. You just see his poor car and just having to see how close it is and how these cars are having to avoid several of these guys, even just one. Like right now, he's trying to adjust himself, but he's having to do 7-point turns to actually get that car off the hill. And he is 20th position. He's still ahead, well, of a few places, but he'd be kicking himself now that he did that. We do have battles all the way down. You want to take a look? Just take a look and just shove everybody down the pecking order and just say, hello, Ferraris. The old Lamborghini, and then the AMG GT3 sprinkled in on top. So it's a wide selection.
Let's look at this AMG of Matt Andrews. Went purple last lap at 2:05.8, faster than anybody. Already made up a spot. He overtook Paulson a couple laps ago. Battling with Deloach right now. Matt Andrews, sorry. I don't know why I said Adams for some reason. Racing on at the moment. The Starlight Children's Foundation is his charity. The demon tweaks on the back of that AMG. You can tell that he's really comfortable up this hill. Kind of makes sense being he is an Aussie. You know, he is from the Australian, New Zealand area. I don't know, he's not an Aussie. If he's a New Zealander and I said that, he's going to kill me. But he is from the Oceanic region. I mean, really good forest. Look at that. Look how good he did that Forest Elbow. Compared to the Ferrari, he doesn't even need the slipstream. Oh, he's going to need it now. He's kind of lost it. I think he needed a little bit of the slipstream. Side by side with the Forge Racing of Deloach, Deloach will have the inside, but yeah, Robert decides I cannot take this too wide into the bend before the chase. So Deloach yields, and Matt Andrews is now up to 5th, making up 2 places. Meanwhile, there are some other big movers with 16 minutes ago. Garrett Gilbert and Robert Covey both making up 4 places. But Matt Andrews is a man on a mission. He is 10 seconds behind the leader, which is Mark Stevenson. But he's catching up really to the podium. Really, he's 5 seconds behind Stephen Williams, who's 3rd at the moment.
Started 7th into 5th with a front end that looked like it had seen better days. He is gearing up at the maximum rate that he could possibly do it, but he's still going, you know. He's still going with a checkered butt underneath his wing. I've seen the Please No Punterino, so a fair few ways of saying it, but I think it's the more American way to say it. Check your butt. Oh, we've got a crash ahead. That's the car number 98 of Stephen Williams. He's actually lost it. He's completely lost it coming into. I think that is the cutting.
The cutting, yeah. He's lost again, braking a bit too much, and these cars get a little bit of a tap as he spun around. But can he get this car back going? He can't. He cannot get this car back going. He thinks there's a little window. There's not. He's still got to wait for more cars and more cars. He's going to be going down the order. Look at it. Here comes 15th, Rob Courtney. Now Max Barron's going to be coming by. That's 16th. He gets past 17th, then he's got a gap. So he's going to be 17th now.
He's been stuck on the he's been stuck on the hill for the crikey. Just this is what I was saying before, by the way. If you're stuck on this hill, there's cars coming, and he's had to tow. There's just no way that he did the right thing, but he's just so stuck.
And oh no, Brian Halleck, while we were watching that, had a bit of a hit.
As did George Gilbert.
Yeah, Brian Halleck had a big hit in the run-up to McPhillamy. Just as he came far, I think it was around Solomon actually. He was going around Solomon. He hit the wall. Sorry, you're looking at that incident right now I will take you through the Brian Halleck coming into the run-up to McPhillamy. I think that was Solomon Park area. He hit the wall hard, and he is crabbing. Nothing he can do. 4th place is now crabbing. He's been able to keep 7th, but he's got so much suspension damage.
Just on this replay, look at how he was trying to get through Skyline, the S's, and the Dipper. That damage, he was actually turning left as hard as he could. The car is drifting out. Look, he's having to crawl around on Forest Elbow onto Conrad Straight. This poor car, the Ferrari is not known to be a car that understeers, but the rest of the, if you were looking at the rear of the car, like if you were looking towards the rear of the car facing forward, you wouldn't have known that this car was damaged, but you would have thought there was something broken with it. And he's coming to the pits.
Absolutely broken. Right, let's make some more big names, big movers, going up the field. David Gargano Jr., 10 places in the 42 car. Love the number 42, by the way. Love it. David Gargano, St. Jude's Children's Hospital, making up 10 places. But then behind him is Corbin Solomonson. He has made up 12 places for the Veterans of the Foreign Wars Foundation. And he's catching, Gargano Jr., as I was saying that, is actually catching Paulison. So looking to make another spot. This Mercedes is looking really strong, and not just him, but Matt Andrews, because you say Matt Andrews had a chance to get to the podium. He's made to the podium, and now almost side by side down to Skyline is Paulison Gargano. Gargano decides against it. Down they go into the S, not to the S, into the Dipper. And it just feels better, doesn't it? This Mercedes just feels better, as you see this nose on camera. Trackcams22.com. Just feels better around the corners compared to this Lambo.
Oh, that Lambo's going out wide, coming through the Forest Elbow. Does he have the chance to be able to make it on the inside? Do we have an overtaking opportunity? He's looking on the inside, coming up towards in the middle of the corner, straight into the second to last corner of the chase. He's side by side, coming down. And he's made it just before chase. But can the Lamborghini of Stephen Paulison fight back? As we have a battle between another Lamborghini of Corbin Solomonson and Robert Covey. Covey is in the Lamborghini, and Corbin, car 69, is in the Ferrari. Just to give you a replay of that. Just coming down the straight on Conrad Straight, and you can just see the Ferrari effortlessly coming on the outside. And around the outside, coming up towards the chase, he made the move, and that was very brave of him because it's not very easy to go too wide in these cars. I mean, with the aero upgrade these guys got. Well, these guys, I mean the cars now. The aero upgrade these cars got. Everybody's sort of having to learn the cars again. All the foibles and all of the sort of tricks that you had to use to make these cars go really fast. You throw them out the window and start again.
Not just the aero, but tyres as well. And it's another one of the reasons why the Z4 is now unfortunately a piece of history, per se, with iRacing, as the tyre model was not updated as they await a new BMW coming into the sim. We wait for that, and of course the news on that. So it's all changed as well. So it's interesting to see. We've seen Ferraris, we've seen Mercedes, we've seen Lamborghinis. Where's the McLarens? You know, I don't see a single McLaren. In fact, I do. Sitting in 23rd, Jeff Gardner. That car's seen better days, but we have a full house. We have 4 cars. And look, there's an Audi of Casey Suarez. So we have a full house, all 5 cars. May not be in the order we want, but nevertheless.
Rob Courtney is having difficulty on the hill. He's actually lost a position to Brian Hallock. Hallock, by the way, is charging back. He was in the pits. Well, he was only in pits for 5 seconds, so that was a very quick repair that he had, but not one that he would want. But Rob Courtney is the bigger ticket because he's having issues on the hill. I wonder if he's suffering even more than we can scarce. But oh, yes, he is. You know, there's meant to be a logo on the back of that car. The walls of Bathurst said no.
The wall said, Rob, I'm sorry, you can't have it. Sorry, Rob.
Why can't I have my logo?
I'm sorry, Rob. You just can't have it, unfortunately.
But that's mean. I want my logo.
I know.
Oh?
Take it up with Bathurst. Take it up with Bathurst.
I'll take it up with a hill. As
Rob Courtney, by the way, racing for Naked Warrior Projects. And I hope that's not the logo that's been scrubbed off by Bathurst, in all due honesty.
David Gargo Jr. looking feisty with the car number 15 of Matt Gelder. It is 80s retro wave versus a very green car of 42, the answer to life. Nice. And he's charging up through the cutting, Griffin's Mouth, then into Reed Park, into Sulman. You see, every time I see Park, I just think of Central Park.
I know. Like,
Central Park.
It's one of the things. Sulman Park is never really mentioned a lot, but here they are in McPhillamy. This is definitely mentioned. The very iconic corner with the gravel trap at the top of the hill, and down into Skyline they go with a lot of dirty air as they hit the S's, and then into the dipper. And oh, you can see Gargano there. Well, he had to almost make an evasive move because that dipper really just threw off Gelder. Now, can he make a move? Look at this. Slow in, fast out for Gargano. Does it work for him? No, because he's gotten the accelerator too early after taking that slow in. So he's going to lose a bit of time to Gelder there. He'll use the slipstream to catch up. I don't think there'll be a late move. We'll keep an eye on this. We're going through. What's the speeds at the moment? 246 for Gargano, 247 for Gelder. So they're practically matching. Only about 5 kilometers now. It's 265, 260. 5 kilometers. Gargano's not going to be able to make a move, and he knows that. He breaks a little bit earlier. He's just trying to make Gelder play the mistake. He's trying to, as they say, as it was created in Australia, they're trying to force the issue. And I just think maybe he can do it, but it's going to take a couple laps. There's 7.5 minutes remaining. There's probably 3 laps left, actually. Or 2 laps left when you think about it. No, it is 3. I apologize.
It is 3.
My maths is bad.
Well, you are English, so I'll forgive you.
Wow. Still in the lead. So, Mark Stevenson in the 53. With Gavin Barber in P2. As you can see, of course. Oh my God, Gargano, we were talking about 12 places he's made up now. And this could be 13 when he gets past Gelder. Gelder's put the car in the middle of the track. So, yeah, no move up into Quarry. No move up into Quarry there.
literally bumper to bumper. This is how close it is. Look on the right-hand side, left-hand side. You have nowhere to go. And he's trying to go on the inside into the cutting. Oh my goodness gracious. He's... No way, did he...
They're going too wide up the hill, up into Griffin's Mountain Reed Park. And Gargano makes the move going around the outside of Griffin's. Around the outside of Griffin's, he makes the move. And he holds it.
Take a bow, son. That was brilliant. I'm going to replay that.
Just take a bow to everything. That's amazing. And great driving from Gelder and Gargano, because that was fantastic. I got no words.
On the inside of the cutting, he then comes round to the outside of Griffin's mouth, and then he has made the move. Oh, and he made the move complete on Reed Park. That was brilliant. Take a bow. Take a bow.
Just take a bow, Gelder, as well, because holding your line too wide through there. Just both of you. Well done. What a move. Yeah. Fantastic. We've still got some more. We've still got some more racing. This is Chris Sherburn, sorry, making up 16 places, trying to make it 17 when he gets by Robert Covey. Just on the chase right now. They're very, very close at the moment.
There's a pair of husky eyes coming back to Chris Sherburn. I don't think he's not taking it to heart. They're very cute eyes, but he does want to get past. Car 72 and a car 135 battling it now for another lap. They've got 2 laps left to tango. No, sorry, 3 laps left to tango.
Oh, it's 2 laps, isn't it? Oh,
well, 2 laps and then white flag.
Yeah, I'm with you. Anyway, he's trying to make a move right now as Shivan just doesn't have the toe. He's not going to be able to make a move. Stevenson has towed. Sorry for raising the voice. The leader is in at the pits and towed. What has happened to the leader? He loses it at the cutting. The car goes completely sideways, causing a traffic jam. He tries to get out the way. He then tries to rejoin, and it's too late, and he does a whole 360. And the leader is out of the race.
Oh, and he blocked it in. The car parked it perfectly. And no!
But at the same time, Gavin Barber, he has damage. And I do not see where it is. It was going down the hill. And you could tell he's got damage. The window on the back of that Ferrari is broken. That is a heavy impact for the window to go. He's still doing okay. He's still doing fine. And I hope that's just a replay bug. But that is not a replay bug with that amount of damage on the splitter.
Just look at it. Yeah, just look at it. He's coming into the pits. He's got damage. He's got the flag that says they're showing it. Oh, they're showing us the flag. You've got too much damage. Let's get that fixed.
So Matt Andrews becomes the leader. The Mercedes has made up 6 places. It doesn't sound a lot, but it is a lot. But when you go, and then when you, I think you get fast. Don't quote me on that. 320 remaining. Matt Andrews now leads your race. So that will put Robert DeLoach into P2. And David Gargano has now made up 14 places.
And he sees P3. There is there a fast repair? It is.
It is
fast repairs.
Fast repair, yeah.
It is indeed fast repairs.
Can he make it 15?
But he's got 2 laps left to do it. He's got this lap and then the white flag next time by to make it happen. And well, he still has Matt Gelder behind him in the very nice looking Retrowave 48 GT3. I'm kind of wondering how the new Beamer will fit in, because it has been confirmed at this stage that it's coming. I mean, we knew that much.
I'm looking forward to it.
But two GT3s in quick succession after everybody, like me included, were like, "Can we have a new GT3? Can we please?" And
we've got it.
And we have it. But they haven't replaced the car I was expecting them to replace.
You and your hate for the Ford. Move on to this great battle at the moment between Covey and Sherburn. as you see them, they were almost bumper to bumper going up the hill.
Well, cancel that.
Solomonson!
Solomonson is on the hill. He's stuck. He can't move. Look where he is. He's just in the S's. Oh!
Well, that is not the place you want to be spinning. And that is almost just toe. And you know what? He tried to go around. But he got hit. And
the Chiefs number 69. This is a very nice livery car, if I do say so. Very well done to whoever made that. And this is his replay in 6th position. And he's coming into Skyline. And just dips into the S's and E's. Oh, he lost control, and there's nothing for him to do other than to sit there on the brakes as the cars come around him. That's car 26. That's Ernie Ludwig. Oh, and the car in 11th. That was Kenneth. Yeah. No, it wasn't Kenneth Tier. It was Brian Hallowick, I think. No, it wasn't. It was my sneaking suspicion of Gerard Gilbert. I'm putting a French twist in it when I shouldn't be doing. I'm sorry. I keep doing that. But
yeah, Gerard Gilbert, yeah. Anyway, the leader is on the white flag. Matt Andrews has gone up the hill. All he's got to do now is get down the hill. That sounds easy, but it ain't Jack and Jill. This ain't Jack and Jill, my friend. This is Matt Andrews in the 47. In the 47 Mercedes with Check Your Butt on the back of the wing.
I was gonna say, by the way, your analogy of Jack and Jill is perfect, because in Jack and Jill, Jack only broke his glasses. Here, you're breaking multiple thousands of dollars of machinery. Matt Andrews, Matt and AMG went up the hill to fetch a pail of winning. Matt fell down and broke the car, and AMG had to write a very big long check for a new engine, new tires, new back window, but you get the idea.
You get the idea. Coming around the chase right now, a couple corners left to do. He makes the chase clean. And now he's got Murray's Matt Andrews in the 47. If he gets around this corner, he will be taking the first race of, well, the evening for us, the afternoon or the morning for everybody else. For the Starlight Children Foundation, Matt Andrews takes victory in the first race at Bathurst.
Matt Andrews is the winner. A very surprising, because we neither of us, I think it was fair to say, would have thought that was going to happen, because we were thinking, sure, he'll probably come second or third, and then very suddenly, oh, you mean he's in the lead now?
He's in the lead, yeah, and just a nice little battle just at the middle of the field here. Robert Covey and Chris Sherburn coming around Murray's, and Covey took the inside line and blocked any chance for Chris to make the move. They'll finish 7th and 8th, Covey and Sherburn respectively. It's a really good battle by those two, just driving away, and Covey just going to park it there instead of going through Hell's Corner. Just decide they've had enough and parks it. So good racing all the way around. We still got some guys just going around the hill still. Mark Stevenson's had another hit.
Again? Oh,
yeah,
dear.
Again. Not sure what's happened to him there. I think he's... Oh, he lost it at the dipper. Lost it at the dipper.
Apart from losing it at the dipper, let's lose ourselves in the race results. How about that? Race 1 of 3, so don't go away. Race 1 of 3, and we start off with Matt Andrews, the very surprising winner of the first race today. And again, I gotta say, I was beside myself when I saw him cross into first. But it really does show how easy it is to lose it on the hill. Then we go into Robert Deloach in second place, Gavin Barber in third, David Gargaro. That really is. I've never heard a name like that. Gargaro.
Sorry, I want to say Gargano for some reason.
Yeah, Gargano. Yeah, because Gargano is usually the thing that I associate that with.
Yeah.
Gargaro Jr. in the big boy car of the AMG GT3. So it's a first and fourth for AMG. Well done, Diaz. Matt Gelder in 5th. Stephen Paulison in 6th. Covey, 7th. Chris Sherburne, 8th. Brian Hallock, 9th. In 10th is Kenneth Tier. McKinney, in 11th in the car, 350. Did he name that after Easy Boost 350? I'll have to ask him. Gilbert in 12th. In 13th is Robert Courtney. Or was it Robert Courtney? It is actually Rob Courtney. Sorry, I just added Ert at the end. Max Sparron in 14th. In 15th was Gomillan. Stevenson, 16th. Again, he had it in the bag, and then it all just fell out from under his feet, and he needs to punch above his weight in the second and third races to be able to clinch, as you said before, top split, really, for next season. Kukas in 17th. In 18th was Day. 19th, Solomonson. 20th, Cardamon. Yeah, I think that got it right. Also in 21st, Sawich in 22nd. In 23rd was Williams. Thorns in 24th. Am I reading this right? Are we going to be talking about Stefan Wang? Is that his name?
Yes.
Let's talk about Wang.
Sorry. It's Wang with the A. I don't know how you...
Umlaut.
Yeah, it's not an umlaut though, is it?
Oh, it's the double dots. Oh no, it's not the double dots. Sorry, it's a circle.
Yeah, it's a circle.
It shows you how well we know languages.
To be fair, we don't get that type of it's Wong, by the way. It's Wong.
Oh, it's Wong. Oh, well, I've just called him Wang, so oh dear.
Yeah, well done. Oh dear. So while we're waiting for race 2 to load up, let you know what we've got after this race. So we've had 25 minutes of Bathurst in the GT3s. Coming up is the super late models at Five Flags Speedway.
I'm gonna let you take this one. I swear, I'm gonna let you take this one.
And then it's the Chili Bowl. When I say it's the Chili Bowl, I mean the Chili Bowl. I don't think any other dirt car could go around the Chili Bowl. I think the wing sprint cars could, but we're talking the dirt midgets. I do have to say that I go the length to work out everything. So I did try and put myself in a dirt midget around the Chili Bowl, because I am the oval guy out of the two of us. So, late models at Five Flags is normal for me. Dirt oval. No, I don't do a lot of that. Let's try the midgets. Foot down. Right, let me turn right. Let me turn right. Right. Why can't I turn right? Oh, they've got no right. They just turn left. And I think the way I described it earlier is, the old wind-up toys where you wind it up and it just goes along on a flat surface. That's what it felt like to me in a dirt midget. But it also felt like it's got all the power at the back and it just wants to do a wheelie. That's what the dirt midget felt to me.
Goodness gracious.
I was scared. Doesn't help that I can't really drive around very well. But I didn't know how much throttle I had to use. I didn't know how much throttle I had to use, or it was like that. So it was hard, but I did learn. I did learn a few things about dirt racing, to be fair. So it's not like
that you liked it or you didn't like it.
I have done some dirt oval, and I do like it. But when it comes to something with that
why?
It's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun.
No, it isn't. You can't turn right.
You can't turn right in some things. Dirt midgets aren't designed to turn right. All the sprint cars. Some things can turn left. Now, come on. I mean, right, I swear. By the way, if this is your first time watching us, welcome to Raidillon TV. The only corner you need. Yes, we hate each other. No, we don't really. The only corner you need, I wouldn't say the official host, but the host of the European Sprint Series every Friday night at 1900 GMT, and then on every Sunday, the Fanatec. No, sorry. Oh no, I've done it. The Huskenwald GT Challenge.
You keep getting it wrong. It's not Fanatec anymore.
Yeah, I know, but at least I corrected myself. So yes, no, we will be back with those next week, of course, when 2021 Season 1 starts, but also Wednesday nights for the RSR World Series.
It sounds like you're shutting off the stream. It's only 1-3. We need to keep going, fam.
I know. Well, we can still keep going. Don't you worry. I still can't get over that overtake.
I've never seen something so ludicrous in my life, but so believable at the same time. And note that the Sportsmen aren't they're not the top split for the major series. So that was even more impressive that they were able to.
They drove it like a top split. The amount of respect those guys had was fantastic.
Yeah, and it was like I was like, ooh. Can't believe.
I mean, it's one thing to go around the outside in other tracks. Around the outside anywhere, is really good. And we did miss an overtake. Well, I called it, of a car making an overtake around the outside of Quarry Bend. But we're talking around the outside going up the hill. Brew Griffins into Reed is tight. And I know you're going to use the bottom split reference there.
Oh, it's tight.
That is really tight, right? Especially when you get up to Reed. It's a very narrow on the left, and if you're on the left, like he was, you can't take that line from out of Reed right because of that kink. You want to be on the right after you come around and then go up and touch that wall as close as you can. He couldn't do that. And he still made the move.
It's ludicrous. So ludicrous. But session is just about to go underway. While we're waiting for it, though, it would be worth pointing out, once again, for the guys who might not be on the road side of things, what's new on road. So how about it? So on road this season, we have the big boys. The big boys with the big toys. Long Beach is finally not just a bunch of dots in the air and a somewhat finished surface. It's actually a thing now, fully modeled.
Yeah, hey, we broadcasted a fun race on that, by the way. So yeah, we're used to that.
We were just barely used to it. I didn't know where anything was.
We got the hang of it, and I must be honest, it's a really fun track. Once they fix the, in all due fairness, once they fix the turn 5 slowdown, lack of slowdown.
Yeah, the big massive cut that you can make.
Yeah. Also in the patch for road, as we mentioned before, the Lamborghini. Coming soon will be the new BMW, but also the Discord link. Yeah, it's a Discord.
Discord. Yeah, it's in the description, by the way.
Yeah, so it's in the description. Sorry, yes, our description. Yeah, our description. Oh, it's the same. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's bounce over to Discord. This is our method of saying we're on top of this.
Totally professional. Just waiting to get that sorted. But yeah, no. As we say that, as everything just gets ready, one of the things as well we were talking about as well is the new hotly debated car, the Dallara IR01. It is a car that we're it's an interesting debate. Let's be honest.
What do you mean? What do you mean an interesting debate? I don't know anything about this car.
Well, because it's real. It's not real, but it's real.
The Batman is telling me say good things about it. No, I'm only kidding.
It's not real, but it is real. You feel me?
Yeah, of course.
So, but the key thing is there is a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, there are a couple issues that the community have picked up on, and it's one of those things that because it's their own car, they don't have to go moralism, they just go, yeah, we'll fix it.
Exactly, yeah. It's just like, if there's a real issue with this car, then yes, we will fix it, but pipe down. You know, that kind of way?
Yeah, pipe down.
Oh my goodness gracious. See, this is now the first time that I've ever seen, well, A, it's 5 flags. B, it's super late models. Let me tell you, I have zero. All I can hear is just a pedal right now in my ears.
You're not used to it.
No, I'm not.
So let's talk about this.
This is me just having it like.
So let me talk about this because I had to get some help from one of the top super late. I wouldn't say like the top, but when you talk about guys that get a lot of wins around super late models, this is one of the guys that people would go to. I said, well, I know how to over race. I know what to do, but I've never driven a super late model. And of course, this is the home of the Snowball Derby, which we just had last weekend, by the way. So these things are loose. Now, when we say loose, I don't know if you're used to that whole terminology, Rob.
No.
We're talking about a car that is a lot of. Basically, it's not planted. So if you put throttle down, you're going to lose the back. You've got to be careful when it comes to throttle. Otherwise, you will lose the car. So you've got to feather that throttle. You can't underfoot the car. You cannot turn too hard because it's loose. It's not going to be planted. You get a lot of these setups that iRacing used to provide that were very tight. So you could keep the car going. You could almost go full speed around the corner. You can't do it with these things. You've also got the issue that, depending on the setups, but of course, with the Major's garage, we're not going to have this issue. Some setups, the car will top out at the end of the straight. You do have to brake. We're not talking, hey, let's just put our foot down and turn left. You know, stereotypical oval racing. No. You will have to use a lot of braking. And also saving the tires. Now, granted, it is 24 Celsius, 75 Fahrenheit. You're still going to save the tires. The stress the ovals put on these tires, it's paramount. You save these tires, and especially, we're talking 50 laps. Now, when you realize that a lap is going to be 16 seconds, sorry, the fastest lap in the world, in the real world, is about 16.120. That's the world record. So you're looking at mid 16 seconds to start off with fresh tires. That will go up to 17. Near the end, we'll be looking at 18. 50 laps is a long time, especially on such a short track. But imperative that you save your tires.
I'm trying to get a shot of how close they get out to the wall, but I mean, look at this. Look how close they get into the inside of the wall.
Yeah, you have to hold the inside. There is a line. Now, I was driving this. There is a line you want to keep on that apron. You want to keep close to that apron line, of course. But you also wanted to. There is a couple ways to drive the ovals. For those that are not exactly familiar with the ovals, you can square in the corner. So, of course, that basically, it's almost like the term of just kissing the apex. You're going high, touch it low, and then go up again. So you're squaring the corner. You can try and hold the middle all the time, you know, the low side all the time. And if you're going too wide, you're going to have to. But I've seen Matt Gelder just have a bit of a moment in practice. He goes under the apron, and because of the banking, you are going to struggle there. You do go under the apron because you will lose the car. As the apron's flat, the road isn't a bank.
I'm scared because I'm like my knowledge of NASCAR is, well, I mean, I did learn, but before all of this, my knowledge was They make left turns. They sometimes have a big accident called the big one, and people do bet on actually when that will occur. That was my knowledge before.
Well,
my knowledge now is they make a left. There's lanes. You got to be very careful about which lane you pick. There will be a big one, more than likely, but that is only because just the tight racing sometimes.
And also, one of the things you got to remember around this short track, because there is the gif of Denny Hamlin after a race in NASCAR a couple of years ago going, that's just short track racing. There's going to be a lot of bumping. There is going to be a lot of bumping. But also, when I was saying about you can't go flat out, you can't also expect to be full throttle coming out of a corner when you're on a straight, because the car will still be upset on the back. And you'll see these moments where even if they look like they're on a straight, the car will want to start shaking around the back and you'll start losing the car. So you have to be careful. Jason McSparron's just proved that to me. You cannot just go full flat all the time. Tries to keep turning with the car still going, and into the wall he goes. That is what we're looking. That is what you're going to be looking for. It is going to what? I get the fun of it. I know what I'm doing. You don't.
No. Under no circumstances have I ever. Well, I have. I've done street stock racing. I've done that. I know how that feels. But I am more so thinking to myself, how on earth am I going to be able to explain why somebody had an accident here? Because on road racing, that is like my forte. That is literally my forte.
Well, I will tell you this right now. There are no cautions today. So do not go to replay.
So don't have an accident.
Pretty much. There are fast repairs. Do not worry about that. And also, it goes by the grid goes by the positions of the last race. So Matt Andrews will lead everybody up with Robert DeLoach behind him, followed by Gavin Barber. I tell you, the guy you've got to keep an eye out for. Oh man, Gargaro Jr. He looks like he's a bit of a whiz around here in the oval. So it looks like he might have the advantage. In fact, is that a snowman on his car? I think it is. He's got a snowman on the... Is it a snowman?
It's an American flag.
It is. It's a number 42 with a snowman on the inside, so you can tell he's ready for a bit of snowball fun. Snowball, sorry, not snowball. Yeah, the snowball derby. Just a special race they do.
Didn't. Oh, they. I tell you, you know the great like front to back that I have for the normal cars for when we do road. They don't work here. All they saw was the rear wing.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Because of the size of the track, it's 2 formation laps around here. Such is the nature of this tiny track. And when I say tiny, Rob, it's 0.8 kilometers. It's half a mile. Half a mile around.
Yeah, I've never seen 0.78 on our track length. Five Flag Speedway. The current time in sim is 18:51.44 with a track length of 780 meters, 26 meters above sea level. It's mostly cloudy with a southeast 7-kilometer wind. Track temperature is 23 degrees Celsius with a 74 degree Fahrenheit. So myself and Craig, once again, this is like quick fire. I love this. I love this because it's just like you're always on the groove, you're always in the move, and now we get to see what these guys do. Raidillon TV, the only corner you ever need. Craig, take it away.
Waiting for the start, Matt Andrews guns it. He guns it right away. He will take that lead straight away, and it looks like that's Gargano trying to take the inside onto DeLoach, and he does. He will take away P2 as he starts thundering on. That looks like the 69 car of Matt Gelber. He's trying to go into the inside, trying to make him move up. He does as well. A little bit of action happening around the back. But at the moment, it's Gargano onto Andrews. He is really closing up. It's pretty clean at the back. A couple 2 wides there with the 43 as well, I see. That's the 153 having a bit of issues as well. Gargaro, sorry, I will try and get that right. Just searching. You cannot make a move right away. You set yourself up. Gap point 2. as he continues to push on. Everybody's pretty side by side at the moment. High goes Andrew. Gargaro tries to go to the inside. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to call you Junior. It just feels right. Trying to make it now. Still looking for a line, but there's no line. Andrews is holding him. And this brings up the 235 of Robert DeLoach as he comes crashing in. But now Junior's going to make a move onto the inside. Andrews got nowhere to go. He goes to he's only got the outside. The inside lies there as Junior. Junior will take it to 42 leads from Andrews, and DeLoach is catching.
Gargaro Jr. putting in the work as he's coming around the NASCAR 3 and 4. I think that's how you say it. I'm keeping up as best as I can. We did have a gaggle in the back. That is Jared Gilbert. He's actually going wide and letting Kenneth Tier on the inside, and then he's got Rob Courtney on the inside, threatening him in a 1 and 2. The 64 is definitely having to put in work on the inside as the 73 is sent down to the outside onto towards the wall. And we've got cars in the back. There's incidents.
Accident. There is an accident, and yes, there is a caution. There is a caution, and well, it's not a big one, but it's enough to cause a bit of issues right now. And that's the 43 of Mark Day that's gone around. Now, what caused this? It looked like they went a bit free wide. The 085 is on the inside. He's on the runoff. That is Scott Kukas. He loses it. I think he's just trying to keep everybody. Loses the car. And then coming in, Mark Day starts turning. But you've got Casey Swatch there going in. They start the chain reaction. Swatch goes around. He then gets tagged. I think there's a couple others. Yeah, the 43 Mark Day. He gets tagged by, I think that's Carter Moan.
The 85. The 85 of Stefan Wong tags him at the end there. And that is a caution. Caution. The yellow flag's out. The pit road is closed.
Pit road will be closed, but frankly, they do have their repairs. They do have their quick repairs, so they will be able to get out as well. So Mark Day needs to get around quickly. I believe the pit lane will be open shortly. Oh, I think it already is open.
The pit road is still closed. Craig King, you need to get yourself sorted out. You're not the, I can't keep it up for more than like 5 seconds or I start laughing. Craig King, you need to stay away from the Sporter Trek.
Well, I said to keep an eye on Junior, and Gargaro has proven it. Straight away, he took a position on the first lap, he took a position on the second lap, and then about 3 laps later, he finally made the move on Matt Andrews. And that was crucial for him. He needed that. You could tell that he is probably one of the around here at the moment, racing a course for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Really is just showing, and it's not an easy car to do, not an easy car to drive around, because there's not a lot of downforce compared to these modern day cars, the Xfinity, the Cup Series, and of course the trucks.
Just to go by this again, this is on board with David Gargaro Jr. as he started this race. So this is at the start when they were pacing around. This is a very, very scary view. You're absolutely flooring it. You have a car on the inside, and he's got a car right there in front of him. It's car 235 as he's circling around. He dealt with him, and I think he only dealt with him in a lap. He did. Yeah, well, and then he had the car, I think, of 47. That was Matt Andrews ahead of him. And then just having to sort of sit with him.
Again. We're about to go green again. And it looks like Gargaro will lead them off. And that's Matt Gelder jumping Andrews. Andrews in P2's had a horrible start on the outside. He cannot get low. He's lost another 2 places there. That's the 69. There's a caution at the back. A caution at the back on the restart. Not see what happened there. Not sure what's happened. Ooh. Is that?
Caution. The yellow flag's out.
Yeah, there is. It looks like actually at the back of the field. Yeah, there it is. It looks like that Phil Otto. Yeah, Phil Otto starts to go around, and the 85 is slow in front of him, of Stefan Wong. But you cannot overtake, you cannot undertake. So as he's trying to go low, because he's got nowhere to go, he just gets caught up there by Mark Day, and they both go around, they both hit the wall, they both fuse together, and that brings out the caution, the second caution of the day.
Now I'm just seeing sort of I wouldn't say attrition now, but I would say we see this like when yellow flag is out in like real road racing now. I can't speak from NASCAR experience since, you know.
Oh yeah. There is a thing. There is a saying, cautions breed cautions. In iRacing, we call it short track rage. Now, short track rage isn't people driving into each other in anger. Oh no, it's people getting mad at people driving into each other because of the braking. That is short track rage, and you will see that a lot, especially not on a track like this in all defense. It's actually, in terms of short tracks, it's one of the more open. You've got the freedom to go too wide here with a lot of confidence. It kind of is. It's not run by NASCAR. Or in the ARCA series, the Maynard's ARCA series. So it's more of like from the modified series, and of course here for the late models. It kind of is like the late models version of Bristol. Bristol, of course, with the high bankings, the quick lap times, you know, the same lap times you get around here. So you put a NASCAR around here, it would probably do the same as what these late models are doing.
Car is going to
more planted to the ground.
Pace car is going to be in this lap. The lights are off. Just by the way, if you never knew that, if the lights on top of the pace car are currently off, it is intending to come in this lap. So we're getting ready to race again. David Gargaro, 42, will lead them off, and he's keeping them nice and tight this time.
He's holding them. Look at
there we go.
He's holding them, and look at this though. The way he does that means that the 58 this time's on the inside. He will get another position. These runs from Junior are really holding up whoever takes P2. And that is Junior now leading front. Of course, Polisson there is trying to catch on. A lot of 2 wide round the back, almost a 3 wide that looks like at the moment. Gelder trying to get his position back. And meanwhile, down the field, that looks like the 360 and the 235, making a couple moves there. Trying to catch him at the same time. 53. Now Stevenson trying to go on the inside of Barber. Can he make it? Can he make it? He does not make it. He continues to go on. We're at 20 laps right now, and again, teammates trying to battle it out there. The 235 of Deloach and the 350 of McKinney trying to battle, and that looks like the 58. That looks like the 58's got a little bit loose. The 53, sorry, it's got a little bit loose. Mark Stevenson gets a little bit. He does hold on to it, but he is still battling, trying to find the inside line onto Gavin Barber. He dives into the corner. He looks like he's going to hold this side by side. They go around into 3 and 4. He makes it stick, and now, because Barber's been on the outside, Andrews cannot make the move, but that would have been a great opportunity for him to set the move up. Junior, by the way, is over a second in the lead. You can tell his pedigree is oval racing, and he is making it work.
Gavin Barber moving his way up. He started in 3rd. He fell all the way back down. He's got to get back up and get it right. And then we have Greg McInerney. I think that is the Greg McInerney on the outside, battling his teammate, and he actually hit the wall. He checked up there on the wall and coming into 3 and 4. Car number 3 of Brian Hallock is his team. Well, I mean, they run the same livery, so I'm assuming they're the same teammates. But in this race, they are fighting for charity, and they are fighting for being able to get into the top split. That is, well, less important, to be fair. Donate to charity.
That Mark Stevenson losing another plate. No, caution out. Caution is out. Now, what is this caused?
Kenneth Tier. Kenneth Tier.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's lost it. I think that is, yeah, you lost it into the 3 and 4. Ooh, I can see exactly what happened.
That was touched by Scott Lucas. A bit of netcode.
Yeah,
loses the car, tried to save it, and just goes the wrong way. Tried to catch it, and the car said no. And that is a shame there for Tier.
Yeah, he was battling on the inside. Yeah, he was battling on the inside coming into, and here's the issue. Ooh, just a touch of the rear from the car of Scott Kukas, and then just bang into the wall. Just to replay that once again, just for the sake of brevity, I kind of want to show you just on a very big close-up here. He's coming into the 3 and 4. Like, it's so tight, but like, look at this. The trajectory is just, yeah, he's done before he can even say, oh dear.
And Tier's taking that like square approach I was saying about kissing the apex. You can see there, Kukas was going to go for the inside and hug that apex in 2 different ways, 2 different styles. So it did not work for him. And again, tire battle is going to be crucial. Some of these cars have been sliding. Of course, Stevenson had a few slides.
This is lap 26 out of 50. Ignore what it says on top. we have it set for time, not for lap.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, Rob, are you okay there?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Has your system been drinking again? Has your system been drinking?
What? Is this?
No. Okay.
No, she hasn't. No, but I was answering the major series, asking us what lap it was. It's lap 27.
Been drinking.
It's lap 27 out of 50. The timer up on top. Yeah, it's just the way we bind things. We bind a time.
In the lap.
Indeed, it is. And reforming in double file again. We have.
I want to see what Junior does this time, because every time he's launched off, he has left P2, and P2 has lost time to the fact that they almost go down into P4. Happened to Stevenson. Paulison had a bit of a bad, Paulison took advantage of that with Gelder last time. So it'll be interesting to see what Junior does this time. He's been catching them out with some great mind games onto the start. And again, holds them, now goes. Can Paulison make it this time? He does. He might be able to just slot in to keep that position, but he's still on the outside there. Gelder taking the inside. It's going to be those two side by side in to the corner. And here comes the 53. Stevenson, he wants some as well. This could be two positions lost for Paulison. It is, and now Andrew wants to go on the inside. Cannot make it. Losing even another spot. Now the 47 of Andrews wants to come by Paulison. It's all gone wrong for Paulison on that restart.
Just a little bit of touching there between himself and Brian Halleck, I think, and he's just having to look on the inside.
In the back. There was three. Sorry to interrupt. There was three wide in the back. Did not catch the numbers. Very risky. We got a wreck on the front stretch. Wreck on the front stretch.
Oh, we just caught it, and that is quite a big one. That is, it's the 64. They're rolling backwards, and another caution.
73. The 73 of Gilbert lost the car as he hit the wall coming out of 4, and he went down into 1. And I believe that just started a chain reaction. They both tried to hold the brakes there, and the 43 of Day got caught up in it, and then also caught the 13. And how on earth did the 084 of Tyr make it through that?
I have no idea.
My word, that is a narrow gap.
I think the technical term is he held onto the steering wheel very, very hard.
Well, that is Days of Thunder. I'm through it, Harry. I don't think that's a Moses, because it didn't open up. He just saw a gap and went for it. I still don't get it. I still don't get this.
Just to show you again, this is exactly what he saw in front of him. This is at a quarter speed. This is the gap that opened up. You see it there? You see that? Now you see it. Quite literally feathering the needle. And the car on the right there is having an accident. And on the left, you have a car that's closing the gap as well. How on earth? How?
I don't know. I just don't know. That's just incredible. Lap 33, by the way. Sorry, lap 34 we're now starting of 50. But I was right again. I mean, nobody likes starting on the outside of any oval, because you do lose time, do lose positions. And especially in such a race like this, where there's only going to be 15, 16 laps, or 15 laps when they go green once again. If you're on that outside, and Matt Gelder, I'm sorry, you're going to have to, like, really work on that start and just hope for the best as Rob continues to have some... I can hear the rustling.
I wasn't even... Shush, it's my food.
But Gelder, he's in the danger zone, and I don't mean that, but behind him, it's the 53 of Stevenson and the 3 of Halleck. So the 53, now it's the 53. You always want to be P3 because you get the best jump, and you do try and pinch the guy in P2, which is Gelder. Hopefully this might be the last time. He bunches them up once again, this junior. He guns it before they come out of 4. Catching them out again, and look at that. The 53 of Stevenson does indeed take that position. Gelder does get by, and they're 3 wide in the back. That's the 360 I see in the 44. Keep an eye on that at the moment. They were still 3 wide. They're still 2 wide at the back. That's the 235. It's Deloach trying to get by as well. They're still going 2 wide. The battle is what you want to see at the front, and the 3 of Halleck is just getting by Gelder in the 69. So it's going to be 42, 53, and 3. That's not your lottery numbers as Junior continues to pull away. Stevenson might be his biggest challenge this race. The gap is a half a second, and Halleck's there as well as these two start to pull away.
Lap 38 of 50. They're getting into the single digits now, coming very close to it. The lap times are 16. Sorry, they measure this in miles an hour, but you know, yeah, we measure it in gaps because we're real Europeans. As they come now into the NASCAR in 3 and 4, this is the battle for third place of Brian Halleck and Matt Gelder. Car 3 versus the car 69. And we have the car 42 and 53 ahead of them. And I think that is Gelder holding on as much as he can to the rear end of Brian Halleck ahead of him. You just see here. Let's get you some speeds. They're taking this bank at 150 kilometers an hour, so that's just under 100 miles an hour, and then they speed all the way up into 120, 130 mile an hour territory. But you can just see how close he gets, and he can't make a move. He just has to hold behind him because there's no point taking tires. It's only like 50 laps around here. It's the equivalent of what? 15 minutes? A tire can last
20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
20 minutes basically. He continues to try and make a move. Junior is gone at the moment. Stevenson is just trying to make sure he catches up and doesn't lose that P2. It's going to be crucial when they come to the Chili Bowl, the final race of the night. Stevenson is just holding on there, but oh, look at Halleck. Halleck just making a pig's ear of that NASCAR 3 and 4, and that allows Gelder to just catch up. Well, at 44, we're almost coming to the end, and it's just going to be crucial that Halleck just gets these lines right now. Just holds onto that apron, keeps on pushing, keeps on going. As long as he gets a good exit and he does not allow Gerber to get to that inside, he will continue to hold this. Gap at the front is half a second, but I don't think that's going to matter too much as Stevenson just cannot catch Junior at the moment. I don't know at the moment. Has Junior used the tyres up too much? And we've got a wreck on the backstretch, Do not see who that is, but no caution.
It's Maurice. It's Maurice Gamilian in the car 44. He's having such front end damage. But this is the most crucial thing. Will it interrupt these guys racing in the front? Car 42, 53, the 3 and the 69. Will they be interrupted? It is lap 47 out of 50. We are ticking down to a minute left to go. Ignore what you can see on top. It never happens like that. But the battle's in the back. Coming down the pecking order. They're all sort of in groups. And it's just all bits and bobs as they come around to 2 laps to go. White flag will be in 2 laps time. As they come down, 30 seconds. 30 seconds to go. It is the second to last lap now.
I love how you say that. We're going to keep an eye on this. Of course, Junior looks like he's got this race wrapped up, by the way. He'll come into lap traffic, but it's not going to affect him too much. He will see the white flag. Stevenson is behind him. Can Halleck hold on to this with Gelder? I think he's starting to pull away a bit. I don't think that there's much that Gelder can do on to Halleck. But meanwhile, at the front, David Gargaro Jr. for St. Jude's Hospital will take the win in race 2. Stevenson taking P2. Halleck taking P3, holding off Gelder. And P5 will be Gavin Barber.
Gavin Barber, after I think he was one of the boys that was having difficulty in the first race. And then in the second race, he's done much better when he lost 2 positions in this time around. But it's all good for his perspective. Now, the results.
Can you tell, Junior? Can you tell he's used to doing ovals? Because he knows right what to do. He gets on that start-finish line and he gives us a show.
Perfect donuts. Let's have a replay of that. How about that? I mean, let's get the replay up of him doing donuts, and then let's get these race results up on your screens.
Yep, no need to give you any time positions. By the way,
we'll start from the back and go. We'll start from the back and go up. How about that?
Yeah, we'll start from the back. 2 laps down was Rob Courtney. A lap down was Phil Otto. Then Gerard Gilbert and Maurice Gamilian also finished a lap down. Last of the lead lap runners were Stefan Wong, followed by Simon Thorns, and then Kenneth Tier, who made that epic survival through the gap. Stephen Williams, then Scott Kukas, Stephen Paulinson, Robert Covey, Mark Day, Jason McSparron, Chris Sherburne, Chris McKerney, and here comes the top 10. In at 10 is Corbin Solomonson. In at 9 is Jeff Cardamone. Casey Swartz takes 8th. Robert Deloach will take 7th. In at 6 is Mark Andrews. 5 is Gavin Barber. At 4th, a new mover, it's Matt Gelder at 4. Brian Halleck takes 3. Mark Stevenson 2. And we have a new number 1 this week. Fresh in from the 42 car, it's David Gargaro Jr.
This week?
I tried to make
Hang
that
on a minute.
Pop. I tried to make that. I tried to make that a radio pop chart thing.
Hang on a minute. That was incorrect. This week.
In at number 1 this week, new entry, David Gargaro Jr.
It's like top of the pops for a second there.
What the hell I was going for? I don't even feel bad for it.
I mean, to be fair, Gargaro definitely knows about oval because I mean, I've never seen a super late model doing such good donuts as that, but he definitely had it.
I mean, I was really amazed. I said, you know, I think he's going to be the guy that's going to do it. I was stunned how quickly he took to that lead. It was just textbook how he took to that lead. And I've got to now wonder to myself, he looks like he knows what he's doing in a super late model. I wonder if he drives super late models, because it does feel like it. Yeah, you know what I mean? It does.
You should look it up.
Oh, you know what? That's exactly what I'm doing. What you think I just say that and you know I know what I'm doing? I think.
That's right on TV. The only thing we know is racing. That's about it. Everything else is just like, eh.
Well, he doesn't have many late model races to his name apparently, but he is a short track lover. He does love his short tracks, but so that does say a lot. So he is an over aficionado so far. Well, in 2020, 58 starts, 4 wins, 28 top 5s. Let me tell you, that's a good conversion rate for top 5s in an oval racing. To basically go and get top 5 in half of your races is pretty good. So let's go give it to him there.
So we're just waiting for the next session to go up. Next session will be the Chili Bowl in the Dirt Midgets. I've got even less experience with the Dirt Midgets and Dirt Oval than I have with Oval. This is literally going to be me at my absolute most vulnerable. I need to use first principles essentially to make sure that I don't go oops.
So one of the things you've got to remember about when it comes to dirt ovals is the track. Everyone talks about this ever-changing track. Dirt gets used, dirt gets slippery. So when you start to see that curve, that dirt start to glisten, you want to avoid it. You want to avoid that part of the dirt. You want to stay low because that's the best part of the track. But you've got to be prepared to go high near the end. So you've got to make yourself aware that you have to use all of the track. Oval racers like to talk about that dynamic track so you can use multi-groove. They don't have it at the moment. Dirt ovals do. And you will see it. And I have felt it, even though I've been doing street stock. I have felt it. It's not fun. I'll give you that for sure. It's a challenge. So you want to keep it there. Because especially when it's slick, throttle controls everything. And actually, throttle is everything in dirt, Rob. Brakes not used. You turn the car in, take your foot off the throttle, you put the foot back on the throttle, and it spins the car out. That's what you're looking for. You're trying to control the car's movements with the throttle. Now, if you're in the longer races and you feel that you need to tighten the car up, you actually move the back wheel, you adjust the back wheel.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, you adjust. I can't remember if it's like adjust the camber or but the back wheel is almost like, you know how you would change your brake bias in a road car.
Oh yeah.
You'd be adjusting like the way the back wheel just toes or something. I couldn't get it. He just said you move the wheel in or wheel out when it comes to tightening up, because at the end of the day, that is how you turn the car, by sliding the back out. So, yeah. I know, it sounds weird, especially I know.
Do I have any say in this? How on earth? That's literally all I'm going to say. How on earth did you manage to do that?
Magic. That good enough?
Magic never works, okay?
So, anyway, speaking of Dirt Oval, we were talking about the road guys got in the latest patch. Dirt Oval, Cedar Lake, brand new oval, which people have been enjoying, but also 2 new cars. The Big Block Modified, and apparently they are loved. And if I could bold my words when I say them, I would. They love the Big Block Modified. You can barely hear anything over the engines, but they are planted, they go around the corners, they are fun. From everyone I've seen by streaming them and from what I've heard on the forums, everybody loves them. So maybe one day we'll see the Big Block Modified.
I think we actually do have 3 guys that just came in, and they are Thomas P. I don't know who the second one is, but the third one I know definitely. If they wish to interview, voice 1 high quality. Come on down.
Come on down.
Come on down. Why did I have to say it like that?
Yeah, I wonder what you were doing there for a moment. I was quite worried. I'm like, Rob doesn't that?
Right, I don't sound like that. Hang on a minute.
Oh, right. So yeah, it's going to be. This is the one we're not used to.
Absolutely not. No.
Nah, not with Dirt. But actually, I'll tell you what. I've got a little bit of Dirt, because I don't know about you. You ever watch Superbike? Not Superbike. Sorry.
No.
Dirt bikes, not dirt bike. What is it? Speedway. Speedway. You ever watch Speedway?
I've watched Speedway, yes. I mean, I've watched Rallycross. I know how that works.
Yeah, no. But Speedway, I guess this is kind of like Speedway. If you want to get, because Europeans, this sounds funny because my uncle was a quote-unquote world champion in stock car racing.
A champion in stock car racing?
We're talking like driving around ovals around the country.
Right.
But he competed in the world championship, which basically had mainly just Europeans, and won. So technically for a year he was the world champion. But they did race on dirt, but a lot of it was tarmac. But it was the 80s. Good time. A good driver. So I have seen in England cars going around dirt. But Europe is known for its speedway. And I think really that would be, if you're not used to dirt oval racing, I think that's what you're going to see with the midget. Small track, high power, you don't use your brakes, you basically got no aids apart from just hope for the best. And of course they can't turn right.
Oh, he's a real life oval racer, so that's why he was so good.
I did see it. I did see it, Dave. I must admit, I went to your profile and saw the 42 logo, and I was like, you know what? He races for real. So I know. So congratulations with that race. I called it right away. Rob will tell you I did call it right away.
He did indeed call it right away.
I did not expect you to make such an early launch. But I also, Rob may not understand when I say this, I loved your strategy on the restarts. Brilliant.
Well, holding them up and then just gunning it as soon as he had a clear line.
Or catching them off. At the end of the day, when the pace car goes in, You are the pace car.
Yeah,
the lead car.
the
is
lead
pace car.
lead car's
You
pace car.
control the feed.
Yeah, but you have that in real road
brilliant,
racing as well.
Yes, but the strategy, it doesn't come into effect in the real world. You don't see it a lot in NASCAR, but especially on iRacing and sim racing, that is a really good strategy.
Oh, these are so cute. Sorry, I just look at them. They're just like tiny little golf carts.
Golf carts.
Yeah, except for their dirt.
Except for the dirt. Right. I want you to get in the cockpit of Mark Stevenson and just listen to the throttle. Just listen to the steering. Listen to what he has to do to get this car going. Throttle, turn, lifting,
Right.
put the throttle.
They're like
Midget
they sound
car
like
go brr.
yeah, midget car goes brr. Oh, and there goes Jason McSparrow. Oh, get it sorted out, boys. This is literally track fun right now. Like, look at it. It's all just tiny little cars.
And also, I love how a lot of people are driving the iRacing livery on these things. Made famous.
Maybe because they had to buy it and be like, wait, we actually have to race this thing now?
I thought that this was like a livery you got because
yeah, this is the default livery. Yeah,
it was.
They sponsor a real life racer of these things. Yeah. They also they also sponsor Ty Majeski or whatever his last name is, in the super late
who won
models.
the snowball? Who won the snowball derby last week? So it's all good fun.
Ooh, these have good suspension. Ooh, well, when I say good suspension, but I mean they have good cameras for like looking the inside and how they drift. But
yeah,
look, listen to the sound. It's so cute. It just sounds like a little golf cart.
I love how cockpit does not show you, the driver does not show you their angle. You go to gyro, you see everything, and it's fantastic just to see what they're doing.
So we're looking at the top down of Jeff Cardamone. Did Sam Harper not make the final? Sam Harper, I don't think he made the final, no. So now we're down to the following. Mark Stevenson, Robert DeLoach, Gavin Barber, Matt Gelder, Jeff Cardamone, Jason McSparron, Corbin Solomonson, Brian Hallock, Chris Sherburne, Matt Andrews, Mark Day, David Gargaro Jr. Well, I mean, after his performance, he was a top contender, and finally Casey Sawech the second with a very nice helmet.
Oh, Robert's on helmet watch, is he? Robert's on helmet watch.
Oh well, I mean, I can see the top 10, but like, look at how look. Is that an air filter in front of the driver? By the way.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you don't want the engine getting clogged up.
Yeah, but it's part of the crumple zone.
And these things flipping. Oh, okay. But that's one thing when I was learning to drive these things that I was really getting annoyed about is I want to turn the car. I can't turn the car when there's a massive mound on what I would call the apron line or the pit line, and I just kept hitting it.
It's a motorcycle engine mounted sideways. And a comment from Joe Homan. He says Sam Harper not making the final actually shocked him. He thought that he would win. Now it was actually full of surprises. That first race was full of surprises because the amount of collisions, or not even collisions, the accidents that people are having on the hill in Bathurst, they were absolutely crushing like the top order because everybody was just sort of losing control. I mean it's Bathurst. I mean it's very difficult to keep it going. and
But we
we were
started
so
with-
yeah, we were so surprised that what we were expecting. Who was it? It was Stevenson.
We were expecting Mark Stevenson to dominate. He had an issue. Stephen Williams, he had an issue. Gavin Barber, unfortunately,
Solomonson
he
had
to
an
make
issue.
his
Yeah,
way.
all of these guys, they had
yeah.
issues. They were
All
having
these guys at
issues.
the top had issues. And to be fair, the one man that managed to play off it is the man we were just talking about, which is Gargaro Jr. Made up 16. Oh, was it 16 in the end?
16 It was 16 places,
for
yeah.
race one, to get a P3. And I'll tell you what, that P3 has set himself up for a fantastic position in the Chili Bowl, because he leads them off in the Chili Bowl because of that win.
These things sound so cute. Then he's going around and go
But look, you can bet you can't turn right with them.
I mean, Gargaro did. He did a 360. Oh my goodness gracious! Hang on a minute. What is this? Let me look. Let him come back around again. Or better yet, I'll just go into his gyro. Oh, he actually is. Well, his wheels are turning right. I think he's got it set up where the car, you have to go full lock right. To
you gotta remember, this is a fixed setup provided by Major's Garage. You jinxed it.
Yeah, I did indeed. Yeah,
Robert
that's gonna happen a lot.
We also have Robert Covey. He will be also here as well to round off 15 cars around here.
There's a lot of turning right, but you're turning right in the opposite way that we're thinking. You're not actually turning right to go right. You're turning right to go straight. Am I correct in saying that? Because that wouldn't make an awful lot of sense.
But basically, your dirt racing. I mean, your drift racing. Sorry, your drift racing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where you're balancing your throttle, you're balancing your throttle and your brake, and you're modulating between the two to get a nice slide, a nice curve through, and a predictable curve at that through an apex as they go into. Sorry, we were too busy having fun that we are being kicked out into stands and told, no, you can't have this.
So it will be 2 formation laps around the Chili Bowl. Now remember, the positions stay finished in the last